Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire. White Sox left-hander Jose Quintana has been a good matchup for the Tigers this year. In 4 starts against Detroit, Quintana is 0-2 with an elevated ERA of 6.95. The Tigers hoping to continue that trend here tonight. Gorgeous night for baseball. We welcome you to downtown Detroit. It is Game 3 in this series featuring the Tigers and the visiting Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us here for Game 3 in the series. And give me big news out of the Tigers locker room earlier today. Bruce Rondon has been sent home, and apparently it's effort-related.
Well, how do we handle this? A couple days ago, Bruce Rondon had the most to gain, said Brad Ausmus, the rest of the year. Last night he comes out throwing 89, and today he goes home for a lack of effort. I don't think the Tigers are giving up on him, but I think they are holding him accountable for some conversations previously had, and it's now on Bruce to get better.
All right, Daniel Norris will get the call here tonight in Game 3 in the series. His second start since coming off the disabled list. You can really tell this kid wanted to get back in the rotation.
He does. I tell you what, I like this kid from the day they got him. He said that he wanted to be a Detroit Tiger. He was excited to be a Detroit Tiger. Comes out against Baltimore in his first game, shows his dominating stuff and his athleticism. How about this play diving? He's in the workout room all the time getting better. Then in his 4th game against the Cubs, feels a little twinge in his side, doesn't want to come out. The diagnosis is 6 to 8 weeks, but he's back in 4 weeks. He comes back, works hard, shows that he's good in 47 pitches, on slate for 60 to 65 pitches tonight. And I said it's important for the pitchers to get innings. You look at Daniel Norris, 90 innings in 2013, 130 and 2/3, 139. This year, I project 3 more starts and 16 more innings. That puts him at 155 innings. Why is that important? If anybody paid attention to the Matt Harvey situation with the Mets where he came out of the game, pennant game, in the 5th inning with 1 hit, and the Mets go on to lose, the Tigers don't want that to happen next year in 2016.
All right, Tigers and White Sox just minutes away. After a short break, we'll send you back to the Call Sam Studios. Check in with Trevor Thompson. Coming up tonight, Victor Martinez has really hammered the White Sox. 4-12 against him this year. Tigers Sox next. Back here at Comerica Park on a gorgeous night for baseball. The Tigers and the Chicago White Sox getting together. Game 3 in this series. Daniel Norris on the hill, ready to go to work tonight. It'll be Adam Eaton to lead it off for the Chicago White Sox. And here is the first pitch of tonight's ball game. It is up high to Adam Eaton. 281 batting average for the Sox leadoff man. He's hit 13 home runs this year. Norris with the 1-0. High, 2 balls and no strikes. 72 degrees our game time temp. Tigers dropped the doubleheader yesterday, trying to get back on the winning track here tonight. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it's outside. 3 balls, no strikes on Eaton.
Well, I don't want to ever walk the leadoff guy, Adam Eaton, the guy who started slowly this year for the White Sox. Much quicker as of late, getting on base with regularity.
And it's in there for a strike. 3-1 the count.
And you get behind in the count to this little guy. He's got some pop in his bat as well.
Yeah, the 13 home runs is a career high. In fact, coming into the season, he only had 6 total in his career. There's another strike. 3-2 on Eaton.
Doing what good leadoff hitters do, just taking both those pitches, making Daniel come back with 2 straight strikes.
3-2 the count stays. Eaton has a 10-game hitting streak going, courtesy of his 2 for 4 with an RBI in the opener yesterday in the doubleheader.
Yeah, this lineup for the White Sox looks much different than it did yesterday in the second game.
Little chopper back up the middle on the charge. Machado, quick throw is in time for the out. Nicely done, 1 away. Daniel Norris tonight is presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Well, second game back from the disabled list. Second game in Comerica. Fastball, slider. Will use his curveball and change. And we talked a bit about the innings that he's on a 60 to 65 pitch limit tonight. They're going to get as many innings that they can out of him in those parameters.
There is Jose Abreu batting in the 2 spot tonight for the White Sox. He lines the first one foul.
Daniel Norris working very quickly so far in this game. On the mound, ready to go.
Like to see that. Abreu is 1 for 7 with a double in the series.
Really going with the high Sox today, isn't he?
Yeah, they're really up there.
Seems like it's higher.
Just about at the knees. I'm not sure you can go much higher than that.
Is that Hunter Pence?
Yeah, unless you're Hunter Pence.
We got to get a shot of Hunter Pence and do a side by side.
Carlos Santana of the Indians did that recently here at Comerica as well. Missed it inside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Abreu. You will see a lot of different types of fashion statements on the field on any given night. Some guys like to wear them lower, some guys higher. Fouled straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And believe it or not, changing that up from time to time actually makes you feel better. Not sure why, but it does.
But does it have an effect?
I don't think so, but maybe it gives you a mental lift. We used to pretty much have the low sock with the stirrups.
Bouncing ball right side, straight at the first baseman Cabrera. Had it played perfectly, and there are 2 gone. Here's the rest of the starting lineup for the Sox, presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. You saw Eaton and Abreu. Trace Thompson coming to the plate right now. He's going to be followed by Cabrera and Garcia. Ramirez is the shortstop. Sanchez, Flowers, and Saladino rounding it out for Robin Ventura. So here's Trace Thompson, who had a double and a triple in yesterday's doubleheader action. He finished 2 for 8. You might recall he had that bad first game, bounced into 3 double plays, but then really responded in the nightcap.
Yeah, good looking swing, good looking, runs the bases well, plays the outfield well.
Norris backs him out of there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The White Sox, as well as the Tigers, looking a lot towards next year. This may be somebody that the White Sox are very interested to see how he may fit in.
Yeah, Thompson getting a long look. Saladino, the third baseman that's also played short, getting a couple of starts in this series. Robin Ventura had his team coming in at 6 under 72 and 78.
See some gray hairs starting to show up with Robin. Wonder why.
The 1-2 is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Managing in the big leagues, I think, would expedite that process a little bit.
Gray hairs or no hair, one or the other, but his fourth season as the White Sox manager. 293 and 343.
Although Samardzija yesterday probably reversed some of those gray hairs. He was outstanding.
Yeah, when you can get a 9-inning game out of a pitcher, makes things easy, especially if it's the first game of a doubleheader.
Only 1 hit allowed. He threw 88 in his complete game shutout of the Tigers in Game 1.
And I heard that Samardzija and Johnny Kane went out to breakfast this morning.
There's a ground ball foul. Johnny Kane asked him yesterday what it was like to bounce back from allowing 10 runs in his previous start, and Jeff told Johnny, how many runs did you allow in your last start?
But Johnny said he smiled at him.
3-2 the count. 2 out, nobody on in the top of the first here in Game 3 in the series, and that is popped straight up. Here comes Cabrera charging in from first, calling and catching, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Daniel Norris. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Starting lineup for the Tigers, presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Rajai Davis will occupy the top spot in left field, followed by Kinsler and Cabrera. Victor Martinez, the DH. JD Martinez in right field. Castellanos at third. McCann, Machado, and Gose are your bottom 3 tonight for Brad Ausmus. And they are facing the left-handed offerings of Mr. Jose Quintana.
Yeah, looking for his 10th win tonight. This is his 5th start versus Detroit in 2015. Hasn't had good results so far. Fastball around 92, curveball 81, change and a cutter.
Here is the defense behind him, brought to you by Tim Hortons. They've got Eaton in center, Cabrera in left, Thompson in right. Saladino and Abreu on the corners, Ramirez and Sanchez up the middle. Flowers, 13 pass balls this series behind the dish.
You ready for a dirt ball read tonight if you're the Tigers and on base?
No kidding, that's a lot of them. Here's Rajai Davis. Raj batting .248, 7 homers this year. That's hit to the left side and through. Base hit, leadoff single. Rajai found a hole right by the third baseman Saladino.
I think it jammed him just a little bit. Looks like he was moving in on his label, but finds a hole between the shortstop and third baseman. Third baseman has to play in. That's Tyler Saladino down there and for the bunt. So Rajai on base with the leadoff single. Quintana has 11 steals against, 6 caught. So maybe some action on the bases tonight by the Tigers.
Here is Ian Kinsler batting .301. He'll drive this one to right field. Hit pretty well, but Thompson has room. And one pitch to retire Kinsler. One gone. And that'll bring up Miguel Cabrera. Miggy 6 out of 15 on the homestand so far. Batting a solid .337 as he closes in on another batting title.
Probably will not run with Miguel at the plate if you're Raji, unless he gets behind in the count, because the White Sox may just pitch around him and they'll move on to Victor. Want to give Miggy a chance to barrel something.
Last year it was such a different story when you had Victor Martinez, who was hitting as well as he was. And Brad would often say, that's all right, if they want to walk Miggy, we still have Victor behind him. But it's been a different story this year for Martinez.
Well, against lefties, Victor's been pretty good. .353 still on the year. Righties not so good. So you'll notice that Victor is above J.D. Martinez in the lineup today. Victor's .481 versus Quintana. J.D. not as good against him. So Brad's tweaked the lineup a little bit for that matchup.
Here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back. No balls, 2 strikes. How about the Bernstein advantage? It seems like the pitcher-batter matchup tonight is in favor of many of the Tigers' batters.
Well, we've had, like I said, this is his 5th game. Look at the career numbers. These guys are going to be very aggressive. Raji aggressive early, Ian aggressive, Miguel ready to go, Victor to follow.
Another toss back. When I think of Quintana, I just go back to that first start he made here back in April. It was on the 19th. He had a 42-pitch first inning. Ended up giving up a grand slam to Yoenis Cespedes. And the Tigers ran him out for 9 runs in 4 innings.
I think Cespedes had, what, 6 RBI that game.
He did, yeah.
Awesome game.
He had another 2-run homer as well. Line drive, base hit right field. Davis had to wait to see it go through. He'll stop at second. Ball was hit so sharply they almost got the force.
Well, take a look at the high home. Watch the runner right here. Got a freeze on the line drive. Good job by Raji. You see it, you sit down, you watch, get through, and you go. And you got to make sure you get down there quickly. Thompson tries to get Raj, but can't do it.
So an early scoring chance for the Tigers here. That'll bring up Victor Martinez. And we showed some of the numbers, but Victor especially just manhandles Quintana.
And the White Sox alone, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Over 400 for both against the Sox and Quintana. 481 against Quintana. So this is what nightmares are made of for the White Sox left-hander. Two on, 1 out. Tigers an early scoring chance here against the White Sox lefty. And it's in for a strike, 0-1.
Victor .412 against the White Sox this season. Only .229 against the rest of Major League Baseball. So kind of an unusual split, but it does happen, and certainly favors this at bat.
That is pulled foul down the left field line.
What a catch down there in the corner.
Nice.
That's why you bring your glove.
Take a bow, sir.
That lady, she's happy he caught it sitting right behind him. That would have had her. Oh, had it all the way.
He staggered a bit.
That stung a little bit, didn't it? Right in the palm of the hand.
What about that Tiger shirt he's wearing, too?
Where we got that at, huh?
No balls, 2 strikes.
No comment. Bait.
I'm not baiting you. I'm just pointing something out. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Victor Martinez. JD waiting on deck. Well, you can sniff out bait with the best of them, man.
Well, I see you doing your work over there in pregame. Just like the players, Mario's over here getting ready. The zingers.
Single by Davis, single by Cabrera. And Quintana ready with the 1-2. Missed inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Victor Martinez 1 for 4 yesterday.
You get the 3-2, do you go? Runners go?
Yeah, I trust Victor.
Yeah, he's done well against the pitcher. Done well against left-handers this year. I think you do have to put him on the move.
Grounded foul. JD will be next.
There's so many numbers to look at if you're a manager. So many metrics, so much data to weed through. That's the kind of situation that you look for, backup after backup. So you see one good split. Victor's good against the pitcher. You see another good split. He's good against left-handed pitchers this year, 353. Kind of sways you into being a little more aggressive in those situations.
And again, the 2-2. Victor fouls it away. This is what he does best, man. He will wear you down and run your pitch count up as you look at the splits.
So that's left-handed, 216. Right-handed, which he's hit right now against the left-handed pitcher. And you notice the on base is higher as well. So you've got to feel he's going to put the ball in play or get a walk.
7th pitch in this at bat coming up. Skating in behind the runner, the second baseman Sanchez, but Quintana held on to the baseball. Quintana is a native of Colombia. He's 26 years old. He agreed to terms on a 5-year deal in spring training of 2014. He's been a guy by and large that has not gotten a lot of run support. And a chopper hit to the second baseman. This should be 2. That's a 4-6-3. And that'll end the inning. He'll pitch out of the jam here. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. In this one behind Daniel Norris tonight, brought to you by Beaumont Health. Outfield features Ghost in center, Davis in left, and JD in right. Machado getting the start at short, 1 error in his first 0 since his first game, I should say. And the rest of the infield pretty much standard. You got Castellanos and Cabrera, so the left-hander Norris going back to work here in the second in a scoreless game. He had a 1-2-3 first inning as Mr. Cabrera stands in and Melky swings and misses.
Did have 20 pitches, however. Want to be under 15. 10 is perfect. Go 10 an inning, you get 6 innings in tonight.
Cabrera, Garcia, Ramirez.
Doesn't happen very often.
Swing and a miss, and that didn't take long. Cabrera's out of there, one away. First strikeout for the lefty Norris.
Good curveballs there. You see good grip, gets it out front, good rotation, good depth to it. Getting ahead in the count, you want it to be just like that. Looks like a strike coming out of the hand and ends up in the dirt. Easy block. One down.
Avisail Garcia will stand in, batting .261. He's the DH tonight, and he's done much better in that capacity. Over 300. Straighten him up. Don't get too comfortable.
Well, if you look at Daniel's fastball, that was 94, but we've noticed here in his young career with the Tigers, he's got a little more ride on it, a little sneakier than what the velocity shows. Likes to ride it up high a bit, top of the zone. Very tough to get on top of for the batter.
Avi Garcia had a sac fly and an RBI in game 2 last night, but he's been in a tough stretch. Only 2 for his last 23. Norris missing low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Just sorting through some numbers here before the game today on Daniel. Like 258 batted ball in play, so the league average is around 296. That's a good number. You know, we've been talking about some of these metrics and numbers. What ones really matter, what ones don't matter? What ones do you look at?
Well, that one that you just gave us was pretty good, so I'm assuming that means that when they put the ball in play, it's more times than not hit very sharply.
Yep, and we were talking earlier about you know, lots been talking about a win. How important is a win? Obviously, it's a win, but if you're grading a pitcher.
There's the tapper up the middle. Machado smoothly to his left. 2 up, 2 down. Hey, stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game, presented by McDonald's Steak and Egg Burritos. Here is Alexei Ramirez now.
So 5 years from now, what are going to be the most important things? Is it going to be wins? I think ERA is going to be more reflective of how you evaluate a pitcher.
I would agree with that, and you brought up that point. You know, we're getting ready for the game today, and that ball is sliced to right field. It's going to go foul. And I never really thought about that. So much emphasis put on wins, but I think we're starting to get away from that. So when you start talking about the future, is 300 wins really a huge mile marker? Maybe that's less important 10 years from now. Well,
even 300 wins is going to be hard to reach now just because of how protective they're getting of the starting pitchers.
That's line to right field and a quick 1-2-3 for Daniel Norris. raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. Chrysler celebrate 90 years of innovation and get a great deal at the Chrysler Anniversary Celebration event. And by Maxwell House Coffee. Good to the last drop. It is Irish Heritage Night here at the ballpark. We didn't wear any green, Gibby.
It's always good to see the bagpipes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We wear green most like 6 days a week anyway.
That's true. There's a drive to right field, base hit. A solid single to right field by J.D. Martinez. That's a third hit already against Quintana. That thing was a frozen rope to right field.
Yeah, Tigers are ready early in the count against Quintana. Loud noises as well. Barreling it right up the sweet spot.
Well, Quintana was able to pitch out of the jam with a double play ball back at the first. There's Castellanos, who is batting .250 with 15 long balls and 70 RBIs now for Nick. And he'll take right down the middle. A strike called on Castellanos. The one thing Nick has done really good all season long is just pound left-handed pitching. .356 versus lefties. And that is good for third in the American League.
Yep. And again, he's just matching his year from last year and a little better. Improved defensively as well. 70 RBI, like you said, this year. 66 all of last year. So he's still got 10 days or so to go in this season. Walks are up. Home runs are up. Triples are up.
So he's showing progression then.
I think he is, yep. He sees a lot of breaking pitches when it counts. I think he'll get better and better at that.
There's a one hopper to short. This looks like another double play, and it is. This one of the 6-4-3 variety. And Quintana living large early on here with a couple of double plays. Hey, this Sunday the Tigers face the Minnesota Twins at 1:08. It's Sunday Kids Day. All kids 14 and under receive a free Anibal Sanchez bobblehead. If you'd like tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
You know, it's such a tough call. The Tigers always up there in the league lead of double plays. What do you do? You know, I mean, what are your options? Try and steal a base, but obviously you didn't have the combination to do that. Put somebody in motion. But with the power hitter and the guy that can hit the ball in the gap like Castellanos, you're probably not going to do that early in the count. Very frustrating, though, and sometimes it's just you have to go with the hand that you're dealt with.
McCann looks at a strike, 1-1. Well, the number of double plays the Tigers have hit into this year is kind of head scratching. I mean, it's puzzling. There have been a ton of them this year.
Well, I mean, and it's not like if you had speed on that one right there, you're going to beat it out. These guys hit the ball hard. When they hit it, it's hard, and it gets to them very quickly. You know, could they beat a couple of them out? Absolutely, if they had speed. But we have more power than we have speed. More gap power as well.
Here's the 2-1. Low, 3 balls, 1 strike.
If you go back and look at Victor Martinez's double play, good pitch. Pitcher made a good pitch. Really nothing you could do. Got to tip your cap. Castellanos hit the ball hard. One hopper. As a hitter, you try and stay up the middle of the field, though, so you don't roll over.
Fouled away. I wonder if these shifts that they're employing now have something to do with that in terms of getting guys in better position based on the numbers.
No doubt defensive metrics have helped defensive teams be in better position. And because the data, they store all the data, and it's real, true data. It doesn't lie. It tells you where to go.
That one flattened out for Saladino. And that's all for the Tigers here in the second. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. Norris goes back to the mound. I want to bring back a graphic we showed you at the top of the show tonight, because I think it bears repeating here, Gibby. You're talking about the progression of innings for Daniel Norris.
Yeah, that's per year. You start in 2013, it progresses upward in 2014. This season now at 141. I think they're going to cap him around. He'll get to about 155. And what does that mean next year? You know, some clubs use 20% increase, which would be 30 more innings, basically. Some use a little higher, 25, 30. But like, if you've been paying attention over with the Mets, there's been a deal going on with Matt Harvey, their ace.
Little chopper back up the middle. Kinsler crossing the bag, and a nice pick at first.
And they weren't on the same page, and consequently in their last game, they're in a tie game. He comes out after 5 innings, and there's an argument between the agent. There's a good play by Kinsler, the agent, and the organization, and the Tigers certainly want to avoid that. So all the innings they can get out of Daniel are going to be important towards next year. Again, good scoop by Miggy as well. It'd be very important because you don't want to get into a situation when you're in a stretch drive for the playoffs and you can't throw your good guys.
So in other words, that's why it was important for Norris to come back and get some innings in before the end of the year.
Yeah, if you shut him down, I mean, he's going to be good for 160. You know that's not going to do it next year. You want to be 180, 190, 200.
Right.
Going into the season.
Flowers a bouncer to second. Man, Norris looking good tonight.
Yeah, going into the season next year, the Tigers could plan ahead for his innings. And this was Matt Harvey on Sunday. I mean, this guy's just got dominating stuff. He's certainly a guy you want if you're going to go to the playoffs, but that's not the case. So sometimes the Tommy John surgeries dictate it. And Terry Collins, I don't know if anybody read his comments. He understands it and is going with the program. But, this game got out of hand. They lost like 12-3 after they took him out. So it's just very important. And I just like the attitude of Daniel Norris. Immediately when he got hurt, he says, I'm coming back. They hurt 8 weeks. He says, I'm coming back. And he comes back in 4 weeks, worked very hard. This is why this is so valuable for him to throw. Stay healthy and prepare himself for next year in a spot on the Tigers' starting rotation.
Tyler Saladino batting here with 2 out, nobody on. Well, the fact that he came back as quickly as he did, I think, speaks volumes about Norris itself.
Well, I'm just telling you, around the league, there are guys that are shutting it down. I called it pulling the parachute yesterday. I'm just telling you, there's guys around the league. This is not one of them. This kid wants to pitch. He's hungry. He wants to make a contribution. And looks good for the Tigers in acquiring him for a very good pitcher in David Price.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Saladino. So much is talked about in veterans and how much pressure there is on veterans coming to another team at the trade deadline. Well, I guess the same could be said for a young guy like Norris, who's changing organizations, changing teammates. A lot has been counting on for him as well. Even though his team will not be in the playoffs, they expect something good in return for David Price. So there is some pressure that goes with that as well. And that's to center field for another 1-2-3 inning, and Norris 9 up, 9 down. We are indeed. Mick, thank you very much. And here's what's going on in the American League East. Now, it's kind of danger time for the Yankees.
Well, it is. They continue to fall back, and even looking into the wild card standings. But Toronto's been very good since they've acquired all those players. Starting rotation much better. Pitching, the relieving's been good. Getting time, but everybody's down to what, 12 games or so?
Yep. It's you're down to the final week and a half, a couple of weeks, so it's time to win games.
Yeah, pressure really becomes a factor.
Dixon Machado standing in to start things off in the bottom of the third tonight. Louis Machado, Gose, and Davis. Of course, they're just thrilled in Toronto to be part of the pennant race. Let's bounce to deep short. Nice set, nice pick. One gone.
A lot of ground balls so far today.
Yeah, Daniel Norris has thrown quite a few early in this game, and Quintana gets another one there.
Well, Quintana's got 2 of them for double plays, as well as that one. Daniel Norris really throwing well. His last 2 innings, 19 pitches, 15 of them are strikes, so he's pretty sharp tonight.
Here's Anthony Gose. Tigers have both Gose and Davis in the lineup together tonight, with Rajai hitting leadoff and Gose hitting 9. Had that 16-game streak of reaching base consecutively, ended in the first game yesterday against Jeff Samardzija. Tigers, in fact, had only 1 hit in that game, the single by Victor Martinez. 1-1, the count on Gose. He'll slice that one to center field. Base hit. Beautiful swing there. 1 on, 1 out.
Anthony Gose getting a chance to play, looking much more comfortable off lefties. Here he gets a good pitch, doesn't try and pull it. Early in the year, I think he had probably pulled off, got a little jumpy at it. Nice and calm, lets it come and uses his hands right up the middle. Got a 1-out single.
Slash and dash.
You know he's going to want to go.
Yeah, Gose has 21 steals this year. Here's Rajai Davis. Singled in the first inning. Rajai looks at a strike right at the belt. 0-1.
Little slide step there for Gose, holding Gose at first. See him talking to Omar over there, trying to get a key. How can I make it? How can I go? What do you see? Give me the time.
Swing and a miss. Rajai left the strike zone there. 0-2.
Yeah, just up at the top of the zone. That's pretty hard to catch up to.
Davis pretty good numbers against Quintana, 316 coming in, and he's added another base hit against the Sox lefty. He's also homered against him. Quintana came into this game having allowed just 2 earned runs in his last 20 innings, so he was on a bit of a roll coming into the Motor City. Time called, pitch delivered anyway. Gose was on the move. He'll head back. That was a late time given there by Trip Gibson.
I think Mr. Davis called for that and got it. You know, early in the year, the umpires said they weren't going to give batters timeouts like that, but it seems that as of late, you're seeing more and more of them. I think that everybody recognizes it's the pitcher's advantage. If they just stand there and hold you, there has to be some parameters where they can call timeout, the batter.
And predictably, Gose draws the throw.
He's going to get a slide step if he doesn't get a move, so I think this would be a tough pitch to run on.
Here's the 0-2. Bouncing in and away from Flowers. That should be enough to move him up. It is. Came up, hit him right in the chest protector.
Again, take a good look here. Good read by Anthony Gose over here. As soon as the ball hits the dirt, you're the batter, you're the runner. As soon as it hits the dirt, you're on your way. Very tough for a catcher if you go right away to pick that ball up and make an accurate throw to second base, especially if you have the speed of Gose.
Wild pitch advances him. Did he check it? He did not. He went around. Says Tom Woodring. That'll be the first strikeout for Quintana. 2 gone.
Razi tried to hold up right there, but some type of breaking pitch going down and in on him. There you can see the grip, curveball, down underneath the zone. Must have good spin on that. Raj didn't recognize it very well.
Kinsler flied out to right field in his first at bat. 287 this year with runners in scoring position. One ball, no strikes.
Quintana really pounding the righties in, trying to get that ball inside on their hands.
On the outer edge, much to the dismay of Ian Kinsler, who thought it was wide and or low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kinsler right now is at 301. He's trying to finish at 300 for the year, which would be the first time since 08 when he batted 319 with Texas. In fact, that is the only time in his career that he's hit over 300.
It seems to be a number that everybody wants to do, 300 or better.
Here's the 1-1, and it's sliced foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I would take 299 in a World Championship.
I would do that too.
I would take 129 in the World Series.
I was about to say that. Knowing you, you'd go below 200. Here's Cabrera waiting on deck.
Think about when you win a World Series, you don't really realize how many things had to fall into place and how well everybody played together and the character that you showed until you don't do it a year or two. Then you realize how tough and elusive it is.
Well, I'm sure back in '84 there were so many big hits, big defensive plays that throughout the course of the year you just kind of forget about. You win games, you move on, and then at the end of the year you kind of realize how you won those games.
Well, the funnest part about it is the parade. You have that, and then like I said, you have a chance to reflect on it. It wears you out, really does.
Sure.
And to come back and duplicate it is a very tough task.
Now the 1-2, and it's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kinsler. The other thing about your '84 team was you had a lot of guys that really had, I don't want to say bit parts, but were role players that contributed, and you need a lot of that throughout the course of the year.
Yes, you do, and they have to understand that the regulars are going to play, and you have to be ready to get plugged in for sporadic play. Sometimes it's hard to do. It's hard to come out the bench and be sharp, or you may have to play 5 or 6 days in a row.
Now it's foul. 2-2. The count stays on Kinsler.
But you have to stay ready. You have to accept it. You have to have a good attitude, and you have to make sure you stay integrated with the rest of the team. And we had a good situation where that group stayed around and talked with the regular group, and the pitchers and the position players were well connected, and that's one of the elements that helps you get to where you want to go.
He had a pretty good leader too in number 11. Here's the 2-2, and it's a bouncing ball right side, ranging left. Sanchez. Abreu gets back there to cover, and that's all for the Tigers. 3 in the books, no score.
West Michigan Whitecaps win Midwest League Championship last night. Congratulations to the boys. Andrew Graham, the manager. Always fun. So happens we were just talking about winning a championship, and this is very important. This is what they call low A. This is one step above high A. And, I'm sorry, one step below high A. And, it's always good when you're in your minor leagues and you win a championship. You want to get a group of players together, establish that winning identity. So a very big win for the Tigers organization last night.
Did you know that Andrew Graham not only won that as a manager, but also a player? He played there, I believe, in 06, if I'm not mistaken. And he's also won it as a skipper now. So you're right. Congratulations to them. The 6th Midwest League Championship for the fine folks, the West Michigan Whitecaps. I'm sure they're celebrating. This line foul by Eaton that got back into the seats quickly. Here you go. Here's more on the Whitecaps. Well, Christian Stewart, he's going to be a nice player, it looks like.
Yeah, left fielder from Tennessee. Started in short season and moved up and very successful. 8 for 18 with a lot of damage. This kid looks like a good player.
Joe Jimenez closed out the game last night, pitching for the 4th time in the last 5 days. So he dug down deep and got it done.
So his agent didn't call?
No, not at all. His agent didn't get involved. Go ahead and pitch him.
Yeah. Nice high riding pitch right here. Eaton can't get on top. Looked like a slider.
Second strikeout for Norris, who all of a sudden has retired the first 10 in a row in this game.
No, we were talking about Daniel and how many innings next year. If he ends up with 155, maybe it's 185 or so. That's really not the only thing that you take into consideration. You can look at pitches. Obviously, the innings pitch or something, but how many pitches did he throw and how many high impact innings did he throw? That's the biggie. And a high impact inning is demanding of 30 pitches or more. So as the Tigers go next year with Daniel Norris, they will take those into consideration, and hopefully he doesn't have a lot of high impact innings. He doesn't throw a lot of pitches, and they can extend that 180, 185 up to 200.
Well, and we've had this conversation before, and that's why I've always wondered what the fixation is on the innings pitched. But shouldn't we be looking more at the number of pitches thrown, because that's a more accurate indicator of really how much work a guy has had?
Yeah, well, the thing is, how many times does he get down and does he get up? That's one thing. Then, like you say, how many pitches? Now, Matt Harvey, for example, I know that he had the same amount of innings as I think Adam Wainwright when he had his Tommy John surgery, but had 800 fewer pitches.
Wow.
So that's 8 games less pitches.
Sure.
So that was one of the positions that the Mets took that really never came out.
High and away to Abreu, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I believe that Matt Harvey this year has 3 high impact innings.
That's it.
I think that's right around that number. So I mean, yeah, he's safe this year and he's going to be good for next year. But like the Nats with Steven Strasburg, are you ever going to get back? It's always the question to the playoffs.
Abreu cuts and misses. How about Daniel Norris tonight? His 3rd strikeout now.
Yeah, we're going to have a quick conversation. He's making quick work here tonight.
No doubt.
Got it all working.
11 straight retired by Daniel. Here's Trace Thompson. Thompson is 0 for 1 with a pop-up. The other thing I wondered about is there really hard medical evidence that points to the fact that it is dangerous for a guy to reach a certain level of innings.
I think there is and there isn't. I think it's the way you interpret it. In next inning, we're going to go into a little deeper. I got a little something else planned just to kind of show, how the game has progressed. But, it's not the same answer or the same criteria for every player. I mean, certain guys just have what they call rubber arms, and they're more resilient. And you can see a lot of it has to do with their delivery.
Pulled on the ground and scooped up to the left by Castellanos. His throw is in time. Another 1-2-3 inning for Daniel Norris. 12 up, 12 down. Data strong fan, you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile.
You've been doing a little bit of tweeting over there yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, I tweeted a photo of you before the game. You were sitting there plotting how you were going to zing me tonight. I know you were.
How do you know? You're getting defensive.
No, I'm just.
How do you know I was going to zing you?
I'm getting more alert. Is what I'm getting.
I better start dinging. Better start digging.
Here's Miguel Cabrera. We'll get it started now for the Tigers. Quintana has picked up a couple of double play balls in this game. That has helped out his cause. Miggy had a single in the first and was erased on one of those twin killings. Here's a high fly to right field. Ball hit well, and it's going to stay in the ballpark as Trace Thompson goes back to the track.
Well, here we continue the conversation. Just to look at the progression of pitchers over the decades, and you can see in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, Danny McClain, he had 336 innings. Wilbur Wood 376, and the 25 there next to Danny McClain. That's how many pitchers threw 300 innings plus in the decade. So as you can see by the numbers, fewer and fewer are doing that. And of course, back in the 60s, we also had a four-man rotation.
Sure. Well, 300 innings based on today's levels just seems obscene. You wonder how guys could have gotten to that level. But the point you just brought up, a four-man rotation, is certainly one way.
And the other is they do protect the players. They're virtually the 100 pitch mark is the gold mark for just about every pitcher, I would say. Verlander would go longer. Randy Johnson, when he pitched, he would go longer. Greg Maddux, he would go. David Wells, he would go longer. But now it's so much more specialized because bullpens are made to close the game out. You get your starter through 6. You got your 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guy. You match up if you have to. And the bullpens at the same time, they've changed as well. It's mostly one inning now. Whereas in the past, it used to be multiple innings.
Sure. So you got to go back to JV's 2011 season, Cy Young, MVP, and he threw 251 that year. And even that seems like a huge mark. But you got to go back to the 80s for the last time a guy threw 300 innings. Steve Carlton. So, yeah, the game's changed.
And again, it's so specialized that maybe it makes it tougher because the guys are coming in fresher. You're seeing more pitchers come up on the roster. Somebody gets shut down, they get a little tendonitis. The imaging to see what's going on inside a shoulder or an elbow is so much better than it was in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. There's another factor. So they look in there, they see the inflammation, they shut a pitcher down, they rehab him, they bring somebody else up. He keeps the pace, and then they bring the other guy back when he's healthy. So they're trying to avoid, real bad injuries in these players these days.
2-2 on Martinez, and Victor looks at ball 3 inside.
I think if you took an X-ray or an MRI or a CAT scan of a guy that's been in the big leagues over 5 years, or in baseball over 5 years, you would find something in just about all of them. They do have chronic things that start to crop up.
It'll pop up towards second. Routine for Sanchez. 2 gone.
Now the bullpens, we're going through the 60s to today. This is how many guys in the bullpen threw 100 innings. And look at Mike Marshall here. This is how this whole thing got started. We were talking about Mike Marshall. 208 innings. That's a relief.
That's what starters throw these years.
That's relief.
Yeah.
Now he was studied kinesiology, and he believed in a certain pitching motion, and he did it. I think he had 179 the year before.
That's unbelievable.
But again, when you have a reliever that's throwing 208 innings, wouldn't it make sense that it would be easier for the batters?
It would make sense.
Because, they're not going to be as fresh as if they're throwing like 70 innings, 80 innings now is probably your tops that you're going to see.
2 balls, no strikes on JD. We're in the 4th in a scoreless game.
So the high guy this year is Dylan Betances from New York. He's like 76 innings right now. So he'll finish up 85 maybe, somewhere in there. So I mean, these are all the things that go into this time of the year, decisions you're going to make, how you plan things out, and hopefully in the short amount of time I've enlightened somebody that what goes into making roster moves, which we'll be getting into in the near future.
At the very least, you've enlightened me.
And that's really makes me feel good.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed. J.D. Martinez goes down. 1-2-3 inning. Quintana and Norris on their games tonight. Official legal services sponsor of Fox Sports Detroit. Bell Tire, get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. Myers, save big with M-Perks. Sign up at mperks.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Back here at Comerica Park, halfway to St. Patrick's Day, September 22nd, 2015. That's a new holiday, apparently. And we're celebrating it here.
Halfway Patty Day.
That's right. Here is Melky Cabrera to lead it off. Daniel Norris, 12 up, 12 down to start this game.
He's at 51 pitches, and we've been told 60 to 65. So we do have action out there, I believe, in the bullpen.
I mean, you thought his last outing against Minnesota was good when he gave up just the one run and the home run. I mean, this has been really good.
And he's feeling good. He's still fresh right now. A little coolness to the air. Pitchers always like to have a little chill in the air.
In for a strike. 1-2 on Melky Cabrera.
Good velocity tonight. 95 right there. Going to get a breaking ball right here.
See you later.
Well, he went 95 again, didn't he?
That is the fourth strikeout. 13 in a row retired.
Melky was looking for that curveball like I was.
Instead, he got the express. So here is Avisail Garcia.
Who do you remember the term express being used for most of it?
That would be Nolan Ryan.
The Ryan Express.
No balls, one strike on Garcia.
He expressed me a time or two.
How did you like facing him?
Liked it. I actually, I don't know. I think I had decent numbers against him.
Oh, well, now you know we're going to have to look it up.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Way to go. They're frantically punching in the numbers in the truck right now. We'll have those numbers
he was,
shortly.
I caught him more towards the end, too, to be fair. And
when he was like 38?
Yeah. He, what do you have, 7 no-hitters?
7. 2 balls, 1 strike.
.57 pitches.
Buck Farmer is warming up in the Detroit bullpen. Here's the 2-1 ground ball towards second. Nice play by Kinsler. Nice pick. Well, this weekend, September 25th through the 27th, Fan Appreciation Weekend. See the Tigers play the Twins. Get half-price tickets for select sections. For tickets, visit Tigers.com. Enter the coupon code Thank You. Kinsler with a nifty pick there on the backhand.
This is going to be Daniels probably his last hitter. It'd be pretty hard to walk out there with looking at the scoreboard.
I was about to say the same thing.
We'll say it.
It's going to be pretty hard walking out there without looking at the scoreboard. 2 balls, no strikes.
Perfect so far. No walks.
Very nice. There it is, an even 60. The 2-0. We have your numbers against Nolan Ryan, by the way.
Okay.
5 for 19. Homer and a double. You remember the homer?
I do.
Was it at Tiger Stadium?
No. I don't believe so. I remember the double. That was in Houston. That was at the Astrodome. And I got on second base. He was staring me down. Like, hey, man, sorry I hit a bullet off you.
There's a fly ball into shallow right field, slicing away from JD. He'll get there, though, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Ian Kinsler, a terrific pick. Helping out Daniel Norris. He's retired 15 straight. Tigers baseball presented by Belt Tire. No hit.
No hitter. He's going to come out of the game, unfortunately, but just all of his pitches working good. Fastball up to 95 miles an hour, slider good, curveball good, few changeups, and just totally mowed down the Chicago White Sox. Unfortunately, he's out of pitch limit. Handshakes, that always makes you feel good. He wishes it was 9 innings, though. But did a pretty efficient job. 5 innings. He gets it just above 60 pitches.
Well, let's get some runs. It's a scoreless game as Castellanos leads it off.
Yeah, if we score runs right here, he gets the W.
That's right. He went 5. He's eligible. Got to get some runs here.
That's pretty good. 60-some pitches. It's actually 63 pitches, 5 innings. That's very efficient.
Here's the 0-1. Slice to center field, base hit. More like it was hooked to center field, but a base hit nonetheless. Leadoff single. Hey, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries.
Better get rolling. Get one right here.
Plenty of time.
Oh.
Wicket in 3 in 1 inning. Tigers have 5 hits, all singles. McCann is 0 for 1 with the groundouts.
Again, talking about the double plays the Tigers have been hitting into, I think middle of the diamond right here. You notice Quintana keeps throwing that, all of his pitches on the inside part of the plate. A lot of balls cutting in on the hands. Very hard to not roll over on those pitches. Got to try and take those early in the count. Double play groundouts. Tigers lead the American League with 142. The American League average is 114.
Well above the average then. Here's the 0-1.
Maybe a little man in motion here somewhere along the way.
Daniel Norris, a spectacular effort here in his second game back from the disabled list.
James McCann has successfully hit and run in the past.
1-2. McCann has 100 hits on the year, and that is good for 5th among all American League rookies. Batting average of 270. Bouncing in and blocked there by Tyler Flowers.
So the rookie race, you think it's down to 2 guys now?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that, well, Correa hit another home run last night, so I think he's probably a little bit ahead of Lindor.
He's got time left, though. You never know.
2 weeks, no question. I think the other interesting race in the American League is Cy Young. Is it Price or is it Keuchel?
Well, that's going to come down right to the end.
Soft line drive, they might get 2, and they do. Doubled up Castellanos. That's a 3rd double play the Tigers have hit into tonight.
Yeah, this is one of the things you got to practice in batting practice. That ball's chest high. You have to learn to freeze on that ball, that batted ball. You have to retreat earlier. This is right directly to the second baseman. Anybody who's played baseball, I know they're told know where the infielders, know where the outfielders are, and this is a mistake right here.
So with 2 outs, here is Dixon Machado. Strike 1 to Machado. 2 ground ball double plays and a soft line drive double play for Quintana. That'll slide in low, and the count goes 1-1. Machado was an all-star this year at AAA. Backed him out of there again. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Again, Quintana keeps coming in there, moving the feet.
Checked it. He did not go. Three and 1 on the rookie shortstop with Anthony Gose waiting on deck. And Machado takes his walk. 2 out base on balls. Well, join us again tomorrow when the Tigers wrap up their series with the White Sox. Our coverage begins at noon with Tigers Live. Tigers and Sox tomorrow at high noon right here on Fox Sports Detroit.
Noon game?
Noon game. No, it's a 1 o'clock. Coverage begins at noon.
Okay. Had some thoughts going through my multitasking over here.
Don't forget, it's not a night game tomorrow, Gibby.
Well, I'll be here early, trust me. Be up about 5:30.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Checking the roosters out.
You're up at 5:30 when you don't have to be.
Yeah, not all the time.
Oh, what, 5:45?
I'm watching the deer come through the yard, eating everybody's juicy plants right now.
Here's Anthony Gose.
Little connection with nature.
Yeah, great. I like the connection with my pillow. There's a strike called on Gose.
It's exciting to be up every morning. What do you need, 8?
8's good for me, yeah.
8 hours?
Yeah, I need
can't
8.
even think of the last time I maybe 8 in 2 or 3 days.
Here's a throwback to first. What do you normally get, 5 or 6?
Yeah, 5's good. 6.
Goodness.
6. I get tired if I have over 6 hours of sleep. Get groggy. Wasting time. Got things to do, places to go.
You are a different bird. Here's the 0-1. Foul back out of play.
Well,
0-2.
for instance, yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, I got up and I studied my moon phases.
What would possess you to get up and study moon phases?
Well, because there are things that go on in different phases of the moon. Okay?
Oh, here we go.
So today I studied Saturn at 6.
Okay, what is this phase right here?
And Saturn?
No, this is what we're looking at right here.
We went through that last night. That was the quarter moon.
What was the Gibbous, the Maximus, the whatever you were calling it?
It's Gibbous, Maximus, Gibbous waning, and Gibbous crescent. The 3 different Gibbous phases. So anyway, let's get back to the sleep. Gotta like it.
I do like sleep.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy going to class that much.
Really? That's a stunning revelation.
I do enjoy information and education. So, because maybe
There's a ball outside, 1-2.
Well, I just like information.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think I take after some of my family members that enjoy the same.
Info's a good thing. Knowledge is power. That's what they say.
It's quiet in the morning. No interruption, so you can pull it in quickly, and it imprints well. Write an affirmation, and let's roll. Let's go.
What kind of affirmations do you get from moon phases?
Well, it depends if you hear a wolf howling or something like that, or a coyote coming through. See a bald eagle. Hear an owl.
I'm not sure we've ever been off the tracks this far before. Here's the 0-2. And it's fouled straight back by Ghosts. Anyway, it's scoreless here. The Tigers have a man at first base with 2 outs in the 5th.
Well, I mean, nature has a connection to baseball. I mean, what kind of bats do we use?
Wood bats.
So there's woods
Trees.
in nature. Maple and ash. Unfortunately, we're not going to have many ash bats in the future.
Again, the 2-2. Inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's your question for tomorrow. Before Ghost hits one out of the park right here.
Ooh, you calling it, are you?
Hang it.
Rajay waiting on deck. Now Quintana with the 3-2 and the runner going. Swing and a miss. Ghost goes down on strikes. That'll end the inning. We are headed to the 6th here at Comerica. No score.
Jose Quintana. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts and a walk. Daniel Norris had a no-no going. 5 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He was pulled due to his pitch limit. He was at 63 pitches, and I know he understands that. And also, we had some really good Tiger defense right here. Machado scooping and getting Adam Eaton, who's a speedy Adam Eaton. Ian Kinsler with a good play as well. Good scoop by Miggy. And Nick Castellanos moving around the diamond. Look how Ian Kinsler stayed low and deep, got his glove close to that ball. So good game so far. A little light on offense, and have a new pitcher in Buck Farmer. See his game. He has started 5 games out of the pen tonight. Record is 0-3. Had trouble with injuries for on and off for most of the year. 21 strikeouts and 16 walks. Got to get that walk number down.
Pitching change brought to you by Wallside Windows as Farmer goes to work, and he throws ball 1 to Carlos Sanchez. I know it's been said many times, and we show that defensive pack there behind Norris, but when you work with a nice rhythm and you work quickly like Norris did, your defense tends to be a lot better.
You're right on. Spot on right there. No question. The fielders love it. Now, the one test that he didn't have to deal with, he's had no base runners.
Right.
Many times pitchers, they slow their pace down when they get a runner on base, especially when he's on scoring position.
Sanchez rolls it foul.
I watched Buck Farmer in spring training. I went over there one day, and he was pitching for AAA. This kid's got pretty good stuff. He keeps the ball down, and the ball works good. But you're just looking at the walks, 16 walks. Yeah, it's they all have to get it. You have to learn how to repeat your delivery and hit your spots.
Sliced foul down the left field line.
That pitch right there, up and out over the plate. Got lucky. It was foul.
Well, Farmer is making his first appearance since September the 9th when he left a ball game against Tampa with right forearm tightness. But he's made it back. 7-3, 4.15 ERA with Toledo this season. Checked it, and he did not go, says Brian Gorman, the crew chief.
I thought he might have went out and broke the plane. He kept that bad head back. I was wrong.
Here's the 2-2. Low, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I think when you have a sinker ball stuff like Farmer, you get ahead in the count, you want to just focus on low down in the zone. The batter has to protect. They have to expand the zone, so that works in your favor.
Bouncing ball back towards second. That'll be routine for Kinsler. 1 away. Well, it's Fan Appreciation Weekend at Comerica Park. Get half-price tickets to see the Tigers play the Minnesota Twins this Friday night at 7:08 p.m. Stick around for postgame fireworks. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Here's Tyler Flowers with 1 out. He bounced out back in the 3rd. Flowers now 0 for his last 8, and he swings and misses 0-1.
Nice breaking pitch right there. Good depth, downward action, and he takes the speed off of it. Flowers out front.
Farmer last year made his major league debut in the month of August when he started a game against Pittsburgh. And boy, did he rise through the ranks quickly from A-ball all the way up to the big leagues.
Buck Farmer only 24 years old, so still pretty young. That's the one thing maybe you don't recognize enough is it's a tough game, and when you're a youngster, you've got to pay your dues. See, 6'4", 225, got a good frame on him. He can get good angle on the ball. But you have to pay your dues, and it takes some time before you understand how you can be successful at this level.
2-2. Number 9 hitter Tyler Saladino waiting on deck. Fouled back out of play. 2-2 the count stays on the catcher Tyler Flowers. White Sox have had absolutely nothing going offensively tonight. Meanwhile, Quintana has given up 5 hits, but he's had 3 double plays turned behind him.
So that turns into 2 hits.
It does. Swing and a miss. Flowers is out of there, and there are 2 gone. Time for a game break now. We check in with Mickey York. I don't think the Blue Jays are ever out of a game, regardless of the score.
Yeah, they get a guy on base and hit it out of the ballpark as good as anybody.
Saladino looks at a strike, 0-1. Fly ball to center field in his first at bat. Ball low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You saw where Troy Tulowitzki is going to be out for a while, right?
I did.
And the reason I bring it up, everybody has injuries at this time of the year. People don't have time to recover as well as they do early in the season, and injuries are prevalent in all baseball.
Here's the 1-1. Popped up foul. I think that Tulowitzki injury likely could have more impact defensively on the Blue Jays than offensively. Now, Tulo's a great offensive player, but man, what he was doing defensively at that position was pretty good.
I agree, and I did not realize that Jose Reyes had slowed down that much, but he had some leg injuries. I think he hurt an ankle as well, and they did not like his range.
Swing and a miss. So Buck Farmer comes out of the bullpen, continues what Norris was doing, a 1-2-3 inning. This a 0-0 game. Daniel Norris 5 outstanding innings, 5 perfect innings to be exact. Then Farmer a 1-2-3 6th. So we try and get the bats going again. Might as well do it now at the top of the order. It'll be Davis, Kinsler, and Miguel Cabrera. Jose Quintana has been really good as well tonight.
Tigers just offensively been struggling a bit. Got shut out in the first game of the doubleheader. 2 runs in the second. None so far here tonight.
Pulled foul. Now Quintana with the 0-1. Rajay grounds one foul again, that time off his foot, and he'll do a little dance. 0-2.
He's hurt. See, he's got the knee pad on the shin. That's right off his toe. The knuckle of his toe.
That's a pretty precise diagnosis there.
Well, I want you to understand. You ever like kick something like in that area? Like at night?
Oh, for sure. Millions of times.
You wake the whole house up, I'll bet.
He tried to hold up, but he went around.
Honey, give me some ice. Help. Yeah, that breaking ball, this breaking pitch, Quintana really is giving the Tiger hitters fits. You wonder why they keep swinging at him. I'm here to tell you, he's very deceptive. Tigers are not picking up the spin on that pitch. And we've seen quite a few swings like that tonight. And they're looking and they're trying to adjust to it, but if you can't see it, it's hard to lay off it.
Here is Ian Kinsler. Fly out, ground out. Strike called on Kinsler.
You know, there's other factors of how you pick up a ball tonight. I'm just sitting here watching Quintana. You know, where his hand comes out, it's coming out behind his head. Somehow, some way, he's moving around. There you see up and in. In a hitter's mind, that pitch right there kind of makes you want to cheat on the next one because that appears harder than it really is. And he drops that breaking ball in there out of that same plane. It's very tough.
Fly ball, left field. Cabrera's under it. And there are two gone. We check in now with Johnny Kane.
Yeah, well, the guy coming to the plate here, Miguel Cabrera, made a young man's dream come true today, a wish come true. Ty Durham from Otto Lake, Michigan, got the plate catch with Miguel Cabrera here just before pregame. Now, Ty he's 17 years old, has progressive muscle disease, but today he was all smiles. He's part of Make-A-Wish Michigan here. Ty and his family got a limo ride to the park today and also going to have dinner at the Motor City Casino Hotel Tiger Club. 440 Michigan children will get wishes granted from Make-A-Wish Michigan this year, guys.
All right, Johnny, thank you. That's great for Ty, man. What a great thrill it has to be able to walk onto a big league field and play catch with Miguel Cabrera. Miggy on the 1-0 sends a ground ball to third, flagged off to the left by Saladino, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 for Quintana. We go to the 7th. The starting pitchers have pretty much dominated this one.
Well, they really have, and not a lot of walks, only one walk between all the pitchers so far in this game. Batters having a tough time adjusting to the pitches. Daniel Norris, perfect through 5, but he's long gone due to the pitch limit, and we got a new pitcher in Ian Kroll, brought to you by Wallside Windows. 31st game for the Tigers, 25 2/3 innings. Had a rough go there in the middle of the year, but seems to be throwing the ball better right now. 26 strikeouts, 15 walks. And he's had a little bit of problem when he gets into some pressure situations where the game is sped up on him a little bit. That's something he's been working on. And he'll face Adam Eaton as we lead off here in the top of the 7th.
Top 3 in the lineup for the Chicago White Sox. You got Eaton, Abreu, and Thompson. Adam Eaton in this game, strikeout, ground out, those 2 at bats against Daniel Norris. That's up and in, and it hit him.
You might want to check this.
Just hit him. That was the call by Tripp Gibson.
It did hit him.
Yep.
Hit his shirt.
Doesn't have to get him by much. It just has to get him. And it barely grazed the shirt.
Eaton, a very aggressive base runner. Maybe you want to be on the move.
Here is Jose Abreu. He drives one in the air to right field. He's going to chase J.D. Martinez back to the edge of the warning track. Tagging but not going. 1 away. Hey, follow the Tigers wherever you are with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablet. 1 on, 1 out. Here is Trace Thompson.
.333 on the year, actually hitting way better off lefties. .375 so far this year.
In there for strike 1 on Thompson, who's 0 for 2. Pop up and a ground out. Ian Kroll has not allowed a run in the month of September. His last 4 outings in September, no runs. Been really good. He's only had a couple of walks. He has now hit a batter here in this game. That's a strike, and now it's 0-2.
Good to be ahead in the count. Yeah, he had some rough outings. The Tigers sent him back down to Toledo for the remainder of the AAA season and brought him back. As you just said, throwing the ball much better this time up. Head in the count. He's got a lively arm. Good lively fastball, good velocity. He leaves that breaking ball up sometimes. You got to get that out front, get it down in the zone.
Chopper to third. It's a foul ball. 0-2 on Thompson. Eaton down there at first base with 15 steals. He's been caught 7 times. We're still looking for our first run of this game.
Quintana's last 3 starts, 7 innings, 6, 7. Did go to 120 pitches 2 games ago. Adam Eaton, like as I said, very aggressive, and might want to throw over there a couple times in a row on him. He's one of those guys, when you throw over, he starts thinking, should I go this pitch? And if you throw over 2 times, he wants to go again.
Popped him up into shallow right field. Here comes Martinez toward the line, and there are 2 gone. Eaton back to first base. Now Melky Cabrera. You've had only 5 hits in this game, all of them for the Tigers. In fact, the only base runner the White Sox have had is Eaton here in the 7th, hit by a pitch.
That was the first runner of the game.
Cabrera, a rough night so far, 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts, but those at bats were against Norris.
Looking at the outfielders here with 2 outs, you might want to deepen up a little bit, so you try and Make sure Mr. Eaton doesn't score on a double. I mean, they have had no runners. You hate to give something up at this point in the game. Make them get 2 hits to score a run.
There he goes. Slap foul back out of play. 0-1 on Cabrera.
Yeah, that's an interesting point here. A 0-0 count. Eaton takes off and Melky Cabrera swings.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at this point in the game that you've got to let him try and steal that bag. Obviously, runs are at a premium tonight. I mean, so he steals the base and it's no balls and a strike. I'd take that any day.
Another toss back.
Might want to keep chucking him over there. Because Adam Eaton's going to pick another first pitch and try and go at some point here along the way. He has not double thrown over twice yet.
Had a rip and the count is 0-2.
When I was a bench coach and did the base running, I used to go through and log every time a pitcher threw over, how many times he threw over twice in a row, or 3 times in a row, or 4 times in a row. So if you get a pitcher that throws over, say 3 times in a row, and he's never done 4, then you know you're going first move. You save that one for a situation like a game we're in tonight.
Now, would you do that for starters or starters and relievers?
Starters and relievers before every game. And I used to always take and go through and sort out and put it in a folder on the desktop where the players go in. You show them their not good move, their average move, their best move. So they just come in, click on Kroll, and they see it all within 45 seconds. You do the scouting report and filter it out for them.
Hard one hopper hit to Machado will get the force, and that'll end the 7th. Coming up, the McLaren Health Plan 7th inning stretch. Victor Martinez has had really good luck against the White Sox. Hopefully that'll continue here in the 7th inning. He'll start things off for the Tigers. It is a scoreless game tonight from Comerica Park. And it'll be Martinez, and Castellanos facing the left-hander Jose Quintana. Victor bouncing into a double play. He's also popped up 0 for 2. And Quintana works it home. It is ball 1 inside to Martinez.
He's got to do something here. The odds have got to be in his favor. Little Martinez squared coming at Quintana this inning. Victor and then JD.
Also known as the Martini.
Oh boy. Good one.
It's the plural of Martinez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Popped him up. And this is going to be behind the plate. Flowers will make the catch right up against the screen. 1 out.
Here's our high-speed pitch brought to you by Xfinity. Jose Quintana, 93 the high. Threw a curveball in there at 76. Real good breaking stuff tonight by Jose.
Well, we mentioned he was pitching some of his best baseball of the year coming in, and I guess he's been able to just continue that tonight.
Yeah, a lot of the Tigers out on that front foot. Said his off-speed stuff good, pounding the fastball in the inner half to the right-handers.
Really is amazing how some guys just get no run support, and really Quintana, one of those guys throughout his career. He has had a lot of no decisions in his career, 50 since the start of 2012. He'll pitch well enough, he just won't get runs. I mean, that happens to him a lot, and it's happening to him again here tonight.
Well, let's hope he doesn't get the support that he maybe deserves tonight.
Here's the 2-0. Three balls, no strikes now on JD Martinez.
There you see, interesting 3-0, gave him the fastball, but in crowding him again. Like I said, he's crowding a lot of the Tiger hitters. You can make the decision to back off the plate a little bit. The off-speed pitch, sometimes you just sit on those, especially if you get ahead in the count.
Full count, 3-2.
Well, since 2013, there you see Jose Quintana. Not very much support. Ian Kennedy, the least amount.
Help a brother out. That's an awesome title. Bouncing ball, base hit to right field. Well, the Tigers get a 1-out single here in the 7th. JD has his second hit.
Well, he's been throwing the pitches inside a lot. JD gets a pitch out over the plate right here. Has length on his swing, just like a two-seamer. It doesn't try and pull it, just stays with it. This is a pretty good pitch by the pitcher. But JD with the good approach hit it where he wasn't.
Now let's get him in. Castellanos a single and a double play ball in this game. It'll be the Tigers' 6th hit of this contest.
Yeah, Quintana, you know he's going to be looking for right now. Another double play. He's got 3 so far.
Quintana had one turn behind him in the 1st, in the 2nd, and then a line drive double play in the 5th. Ground ball, it's going to find a hole, base hit. That'll move JD to second, and the Tigers now have back-to-back singles. He got his ground ball, but he found a hole.
Yeah, he sure did, and this is just sometimes the luck of the game. He makes a good pitch. Another ball on the ground. Didn't find a fielder right here. The other 2 did. Actually, the other 3, the line drive did as well. The Tigers are threatening here now. 1st and 2nd with only 1 out.
McCann is 0 for 2. 7 Tigers hits on the board.
Same thing, got to get something up out over the plate. Do not try and pull it.
Ball one. Tigers have not lost a season series to the White Sox since '08. They are tied right now at 7 wins apiece in the season series. They will close out the year in Chicago. Rolled foul, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Here again, Quintana down a ball to 1-0. Comes with his curveball, probably his best pitch tonight. 79 miles an hour, starting about thigh high, breaking down to the bottom of the zone. If you're looking fastball when you're ahead in the count, generally you do. McCann out in front.
Jake Petrichka warming up in their bullpen. Missing outside, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes on McCann.
Good hack. He'd let it go.
So Quintana now zeroing in on 100. He's at 95.
Ball's up in the zone. That's what you want to see. Chance to do some damage. You don't want to hit into that double play.
He's only the second runner to reach second base all night. The other was in the first inning. Missed inside. Now it's full 3-2. You don't start him here, do you?
I would.
All right, let's see.
Just can't wait around here. You got to put some pressure on him. Got to have confidence in yourself. Keep him rolling. Score a run right here.
Runners holding and a ground ball foul. 3-2. The count stays on McCann. Machado on deck.
Coming in again.
Line drive to center field, base hit. Martinez coming to third. They send him home. Eaton's throw is not in time. It's off the glove of Flowers, but backed up by Quintana. Now he throws to first and almost throws it away. RBI single for James McCann.
Well, Menards brings you the big money encounter. It's going to be James McCann. You got him on a 3-2 count. We've been talking about not rolling it over right here. Good job. Gets the ball up in the zone. Adam Eaton throws all the way home. J.D. Martinez comes in to score. This game's been scoreless all game, but the Tigers now here in the bottom of the 7th take a 1-0 lead.
37th RBI of the year for McCann. They finally break through against Quintana. And they have 2 men on, still only 1 out. Don Cooper is out to have a talk with Quintana.
And Quintana wanted to get that ball inside on McCann, but he left it out over the plate. McCann made him pay.
And now Dixon Machado will stand in. This rally started with Martinez just simply taking an easy ground ball to the right side of the infield where there was a big hole, and he got himself aboard at first base. 2 base hits later, he comes around to score. Machado a walk and a ground out. That is 8 Tigers hits now. Ball 1 to Machado.
Well, sometimes when you slide, it's a hazardous deal. You see the tag right there, right in the face by Tyler Flowers. Hillman did come down and protect him. That's kind of where one of those, they made the rule that you can't block the plate, you can't run over the runner or run over the catcher. So you can't tag the runner in the face. Okay, got that?
I got that. It's fouled back out of play.
Rule for the series.
1-2 on Dixon Machado. There have been instances where if you bring that helmet down hard enough, you can break somebody's nose. That has happened like in celebrations at home plate after home runs. That's why you see a lot of guys now will take their helmets off and flip them in the air before they hit home plate.
Think that's why they do it?
No, I think it's
part of the reason. Part of it,
yeah. I mean, Denny Hocking, I think back in the day with the Minnesota Twins, had his nose broken after a walk-off home run. They would slap him on the head, down the helmet, and it came down and broke his nose. Little chopper to shortstop. Ramirez will get the only out he can, and that's to first base. Runners move up.
Well, anyway, you look at it, a lot of danger in the game, certainly around home plate, probably the most home plate and second base, the most contact that you can get into. Tigers now have second and third. McCann on second. Nick Castellanos on third. Anthony Gose will have a chance.
Time for a little breathing room here. Gose a single and a strikeout in this game.
Because I tried to call it, so I'm going to keep quiet this time.
Let's see if it happens.
I did. Made a call.
Gose takes ball one outside.
Gose had a base hit in the third inning, his first at bat. Got a fastball out over the middle of the plate, right up the middle. We'll take that and plate two right here.
Inside, 2-0. Quintana now at 105. Here is the breakdown on Quintana. What did you say a couple of starts ago? 120?
Yeah.
120 against Cleveland was the total for Quintana. Now 2-1.
Got a lot of confidence in his secondary pitches there. He's 2-0. Drops a curveball in at 78 miles an hour. It's what you call the get me over curveball.
Sliced back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Got another one there.
Tigers take the lead on 3 consecutive hits. Martinez, Castellanos, and McCann. Now can Gose extend the lead? Low and away, 3-2. Rajay Davis in the on deck circle.
There's a breaking ball.
Swing and a foul, just got a piece of it.
You just look at that at bat. He hasn't got a fastball over yet. All curveballs is what he's gotten over. Anthony gets a piece here.
Gose in the month of September hitting .303. In fact, his on base percentage over .400 this month. And he got him, strike 3. Front door to him, and the inning is over. However, the Tigers get 3 consecutive hits to go on top. Started with a JD single to right field and a base hit for Castellanos, and McCann drives him in.
And other than saying that Al Avila and myself completely agreed on it, there'll be no other details or comment. And I'll leave it at that.
Well, the words of Brad Ausmus before the ball game today, as we learned that Bruce Rondon has been sent home because of lack of effort, or those were the reasons at least given by Brad today.
Yeah, and it's one of those situations. He's still a young kid. He had a strained forearm in September of 13. He had Tommy John surgery after that, just getting back this year. And we kind of peeled it out. We're going to look side by side. On the left, you've got 2013. On the right, you got 2014 after the injuries and the Tommy John. You're just looking right here at the release point. You just look at the arms up here, the difference. Go ahead and run it ahead. And he just has not been as consistent. In 2013, Bruce Rondon threw the ball really well. This year did not have his command. And obviously the Tigers had talked to him because they wouldn't send him home, just out of the clear blue, so they didn't like the progress, the terminology they use.
There's a bouncing ball to second, and Garcia's out, one gone.
So I don't think they want to expound further, but I think they're trying to motivate this young man to take a little different approach this offseason, come into spring training, and into the next season, so he can really accomplish what he's capable of accomplishing for himself in this Detroit Tigers organization.
Well, he's got a triple-digit arm, 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, and certainly the belief is that Rondon has the skill and the ability. It's just putting it all together.
Just observing him around and watching, and then there's some players are high octane and they work out a lot, and they maybe the perfect guy in somebody's eyes, but then the others do it differently. I think Bruce needs to adjust the way he prepares. Is that the best way to say it?
Absolutely.
And I think he could benefit from a different routine and preparation. I think he could be more consistent that way. I mean, as a player, success is very tough. He had success in 2013. He's got the triple digit arm, but sometimes you just kind of get out of what you've done to get to that point. I think that might be the case with Bruce. And again, I know the Tigers are open to helping him, and it's really up to him.
Meanwhile, Alexei Ramirez facing Drew Verhagen, who's come out of the bullpen here in the 8th inning. Tigers lead 1-0. The White Sox tonight have had just one base runner, a hit batter in the 7th. That has been it. Daniel Norris was perfect through 5 before he left because of his pitch count. He was on a pitch limit, to be more exact. There's a bender that misses outside. 2-2 on Ramirez.
A lot of curveballs from both sides tonight. Verhagen trying to get a nibble right there, didn't bite.
Now the 2-2. Bouncing ball left side. On the back end there, Castellanos throws high, safe at first base.
Did he tag the bag?
I think he did. Ramirez avoiding the high throw in the catch and tag by Cabrera. It'll be a throwing error. Oh, did he?
We're going to have to look at a different angle. Can't tell from there. He did tag the bag.
Tigers deciding right now whether or not they want to challenge.
Miggy made a pretty good attempt at it. Looks like they're going to challenge it.
He may have tagged him.
Oh yeah, the jersey moves down. He's got to be out.
So the Tigers will challenge.
Good camera work right there. They're on top of it.
Always are.
Out of all the cameras, you think all the angles and all the replays you've watched this year, how many times do you really not get a good view? But not the case with our crew. They're on top of it.
Fans reacting to what they're seeing on the big board here at the ballpark. It's not going to take long. He's out.
Excellent.
So that'll save Castellanos an error.
Definitely got him. Just another C to the scorebook.
2 outs here in the 8th. That was one of the quickest reviews we've had all year.
It might be.
45 seconds. Sanchez takes ball 1. Carlos Sanchez, a couple of groundouts, both to the second baseman Kinsler. And he fouls that one back out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Verhagen following Kroll, who followed Farmer. Norris started. On the outer edge, 1-2 on Carlos Sanchez. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. McCann completes the strikeout. A 1-2-3 8th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Well, they call him the van man, Daniel Norris, and what an effort he had tonight. He was on a pitch limit this evening, so he was taken out maybe before Tigers fans wanted to see him come out of the ball game, but that's the case.
Taken out with a no-no, and Daniel Norris just really dominating. He had all the pitches going. I mean, sharper than his last start, which is his first start after coming off the disabled list. Working very quickly. The Tigers' defense was good. Here you see the breaking pitch. And, of course, the congratulations to Steve Verlin. And Buck Farmer comes in the 6th inning. He's been hurt. Get a clean inning right here. A couple ground balls, like strikeout. Curveballs galore at the ballpark tonight. Ian Kroll and Verhagen have followed. So Tigers still shutting out the White Sox here in the bottom of the 8th. Lead 1-0.
Rajay Davis hammers one to center field, but it's going to go straight into the glove of Adam Eaton. 1 pitch, 1 out. There is a new pitcher for the White Sox, Jake Petrichka.
That got a pretty good arm. 60th game this year, so he's a workhorse. ERA just under 4. 32 strikeouts, 17 walks. And his task will be to hold the Tigers. Of course, you want to get an add-on run here going into the top of the 9th to try and win this ball game if you're the Tigers.
Ian Kinsler, fly out, ground out, fly out. There's a strike called. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Here is Neftali Feliz, who is warming up. Brad was asked before the game, with Rondon being sent home, who would be your closer? And the names Wilson and Feliz came up, and Brad said, yeah, those are 2 pretty fair choices. Looks like Feliz will be the guy tonight. Swing and a miss. Down goes Kinsler, 2 outs.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty pitch right there. 2 strikes. Both pitching staffs have thrown the ball well tonight. Ball's tailing in on Ian Kinsler's hands. You see him try and pull his arms in to get a piece of it. Ball ends up in off the plate, but a good run on it. Hard to lay off of. 2 down.
Cabrera has a single in 3 at-bats tonight. There's strike 1. Tigers pitching tonight with 6 strikeouts, no walks. Only 1 hit batter, the only base runner that the White Sox have had tonight. Bouncer back up the middle. Here comes Alexei Ramirez. And Miggy is out. Going to be a 1-2-3 8th inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And so the Tigers, who started with Daniel Norris, that have gone to Farmer and Kroll and Verhagen, well, they will bring a 1-0 lead into the top of the 9th.
Looks like Neftali Feliz is going to come in and be the closer tonight. Pretty well pitched game, like I said, on both sides. Quick game. Games have been quick lately.
Real quick tonight. There is Feliz coming in. He's going to try and finish it off. Of course, there have been some team no-hitters the last 4 occurrences. The Phillies, the Mariners, the Astros, and the Pirates.
Tigers have never thrown one, huh? They got one going?
They do. I just noticed that.
I just saw no walks. That's all I know. But, you know, this is still a great accomplishment, as tough as it's been for the Tigers and their staff, pitching staff. And the developments on Bruce Rondon today, I think they took a stand, and they're really saying, you know, we're going to do things a certain way. If you're willing to do that, you're going to get an opportunity. And the bullpen has obviously changed around a little bit today. And every one of them, Daniel starts it off with 5 quick innings. Buck Farmer comes in, a clean inning with 2 strikeouts. Ian Kroll, an inning, gets some grounders, and that's good. He keeps building since coming back from the disabled list. And then Drew Verhagen, also a clean inning with 1 strikeout. Neftali Feliz, been pretty good lately. 7 out of 12 saves. He's going to get a chance to make that number better. The whip is on its way down. Got his slider much better location, and always has had the velocity, and locating his pitches much better.
J.B. Shuck has moved to the on-deck circle. He will pinch hit for Tyler Flowers. And meanwhile, the Tigers have made a defensive change. Andrew Romine comes in at third base in place of Castellanos. And the Tigers trying to protect a 1-0 lead. And the 5th pitcher to throw tonight, Neftali Feliz, trying to finish off the no-hitter here and try to get the final outs. So Shuck will be the first man that Feliz will face here in the 9th inning. Tigers 3 outs away from their 70th win of the campaign. And here's J.B. Shuck, the former Angel, pinch hitting. .275 this year for Shuck with 14 RBIs.
Always important to get the leadoff man. As I said, Feliz thrown the ball much better. Always had the good velocity, but he's been ahead in the counts as of late.
Yeah, and that has meant good numbers. Only 2 earned runs in his last 9 2/3. And opponents batting just .171 against him. And Shuck looks at ball 1 to get things started here in the 9th.
Looks like he's going to keep it away from Shuck. Generally in the ninth inning you get into these safe situations. You don't come in unless it's way in. 2-0. Good one.
It's almost like that was choreographed.
Yeah, couldn't do it if we tried.
The 2-0 to Shuck. And he'll take it. It's a strike call.
Now, if you're the White Sox and you're on the other side of this deal, you certainly don't want to lose the game. That goes without saying. But you also don't want to have you-know-what against you.
No, what?
I already said it one time. I slipped it in. 5th inning, bottom of the 5th, top of the 5th. Yes, he did.
He went around there. Yes.
Brian Gorman getting into it.
Shuck this year has 7 pinch hits and 5 pinch hit RBIs.
Going to give you a side swing. You'd be the judge. Definitely too far.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Lee's earlier only able to go to the fastball. Now he does have the slider.
Wasted back out of play by Shuck. Saladino waiting on deck. And again the 2-2. Bouncing ball slowly towards second. Charging Kinsler. 1 gone.
Well, Ian did a good job on that ball right there. Turned his body so when he fielded it, he was already aiming and pointing towards first base. That looks routine, but it's far from a routine ball. You see, he's got his feet perfect. That ball looked like it wanted to take a bad hop on him. The little underhand flick. That's hard to do. If you watch these infielders, they throw from all different angles, and it depends on how they catch them and how their bodies align with the bases, whether it's to their left or to their right. Kinsler's very good at it.
Saladino looks at a strike 0-1. He has a strikeout and a flyout. Tigers tonight have gone with Norris, Farmer, Kroll, Verhagen, and now Phillies in the 9th.
Everybody's getting some work. Good work so far.
Inside, busted him in there. 1 ball, 1 strike on Saladino.
Just watch how Phillies has got much better location. As I said, that slider's much better than it was earlier in the year. It's got pretty good command over it right now. Locating the fastball both sides of the plate.
Drill to center field, and that's going to get down and be extra bases. Not only is the no-hitter gone, but now the tying run is headed to third base. Saladino stopped. Now he'll go to third, and he's in there sliding safely. A 3-base hit with 1 out by Tyler Saladino.
Yeah, I shouldn't have opened my mouth on this one. He hung it. Here you see the slider doesn't get down and away. Up, not over the outer third of the plate. Tigers playing him the other way in the outfield. Anthony Ghost, there's nothing he can do is pick it up, get it in. Stand up triple. Infield's going to have to come in now for the Tigers.
First hit of the ball game for Chicago tonight. It's a triple here in the 9th. Here's Adam Eaton to try and tie it up. And he slaps one down the left field line. Foul. He made a bid, but sliced it away. 0-1.
And you could see he's just slapping it. Like you said, the ball is up. He just tried to serve it over third baseman Romine's head.
Here, a guy down the left field line caught that ball again.
Same guy?
The guy with the shirt.
Lucky shirt. You got a good arm?
Don't know. Got a good glove. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
This might look like a replay, but it isn't. Right to him. What are the odds of that happening?
2 of them in 1 game, so folks, buy that seat tomorrow if you want a foul ball. Bouncing ball, base hit right field, and we are tied. Eaton with an RBI single, and it's a 1-1 ball game.
Well, this is what happens when you bring the infield in. It opens up the holes. And really not hit that well. It could very well have been right to a fielder, but it wasn't. And that will score Tyler Saladino.
Now you've got to deal with Jose Abreu, and it's still only 1 out with the man at first.
Adam Eaton's going to want to run.
That is the second hit of the ball game now for Chicago. Eaton draws the throw. 1 out triple by Saladino, and a single by Eaton scores him. That is chopped foul down the third base line.
Got to make sure you cut this inning off right here. Give yourself a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth. Victor Martinez will lead off when the Tigers come up to bat.
Justin Verlander earlier this year lost his no-hitter with 1 out in the 9th inning against the Angels when Chris Iannetta doubled, and now the Tigers trying to get a team no-hitter here in the 9th inning, and it ended with 1 out. It slides outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Phillies hung that pitch to Shuck, and the slider, it looks like, starting to guide it a little bit.
Robertson warming up in case he is needed here in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, he will be in the game if they take the lead. Keep an eye on Adam Eaton here.
Missed it outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Abreu is 0 for 3 in this game. The Tigers, for the most part, have handled him. He's 1 for 10 in the series. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Here comes McCann's throw. Tag applied. Got him. Oh, man. McCann, can he throw? He put that right on the target.
He sure did. I mean, this is Eaton had a pretty good jump, but this is right on it. You call it a tag time. Tag time is how long it takes from the catcher's hand to make the tag. You see him. He said he's out. This is right on the money, and a good pick down there at second base. Doesn't get any better than this. Look at right there. Got him.
2-2 on Abreu. Swing and a miss. He struck him out to end the inning. However, White Sox tied up on a pair of hits. We go to the bottom of the 9th. To Saladino, a single to Adam Eaton, and we are tied at 1 now as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And we'll see if the Tigers can win it in walk-off fashion here. Victor Martinez will lead things off.
Victor's due, going to get turned around here. He's been hitting right-handed most of the night. 0 for 3 so far, fouled out in the 7th. Need to get him on base. We'll get a pinch runner in there and get this run across.
Giovanni Soto is the new catcher now, taking over for Flowers. And it's Victor, who is 0 for 3, double play, pop up and pop up. There's a strike called on Victor.
Had a few of these lately, haven't we?
We've had. This would be a nice spot for Victor to get a walk-off. He hadn't had one since September of 2011.
I'm in.
Right here. Ball inside, 1-1. High fly ball. It'll be in the left center field and playable. Melky Cabrera, 1 out. Now J.D. Martinez.
These innings right here, they're tough. You get disappointed. You've got a no hitter going as you go into the top of the 9th inning. You want to close it down. All of a sudden you got a tie game. You got to get your intensity back up. Stay within yourself. Try not to overswing. Just take one at a time and push a run across.
There's a strike called JD. 1 run, 8 hits for the Tigers tonight. A run on 2 hits for Chicago, but they picked up their 2 hits when they needed them the most, with 1 out in the 9th inning. There being no hit. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike on Martinez.
JD's due. Try to become a member of the 40 home run club.
Martinez came in 2 for 20 on the homestand, but a couple of singles and a run scored tonight. He'll hammer that one foul back out of play. 1-2.
Patrica just fastball around 94 miles an hour. Throws a change. That's around 86. And he goes to 87, 88 mile an hour slider. Kind of a 3-pitch pitcher. They try and pound him in with the heater.
And he was able to muscle it back out of play.
JD just protecting right there. Any young hitters on those pitches inside like that, they try and turn on them when they're ahead in the count. That leaves them susceptible to an off-speed pitch. JD staying disciplined right there. Going to come in there again. Kept his hands in, just fouled it off.
Laced foul again.
Pretty good location there by the White Sox. Like to see something here just about middle third. Something JD could pound to right field.
Checked it. Negative. Did not go. Level the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes on JD.
Pretty good pitch by the White Sox. We got the call here. Came with a nasty slider away.
Now Petrichka's 2-2 is outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's Romine waiting on deck. He took over defensively for Castellanos.
Don't think you'll see a runner if JD gets on. Probably have to change Tyler Collins for JD. I don't know that want to do that at this juncture of the game.
Ooh, he just got a piece of that one, and JD stays alive. Barely alive, 3-2.
As a ball, but just in protection mode, you'll tend to expand a little bit.
Little chopper to the second baseman. That'll be a routine play there for Sanchez. And 2 up, 2 down on the Tigers' ninth.
Good hustle there by JD. Frustration. Ball, pretty good location by the Patrica. Good White Sox pitcher. JD running hard all the way just in case.
It's going to bring up Andrew Romine with 2 away. See if he can get something started here. His first at bat of the ball game, and Andrew fouls it off 0-1. Should he get on? James McCann waiting on deck.
He's had some dramatic moments this year and being a rookie.
Sure has. Let's set him up for another.
Need a double right here, and then another single by McCann.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Patrica's fastball really has a lot of run on it. So it looks like it starts in the strike zone, only to run out.
1-2 now the count on Romine.
Good changeup right there.
In the air toward right field, but straight at Thompson. That's going to be a 1-2-3. 9th inning. We go to the 10th. Tied at 1. All season long, Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. Well, it's another extra inning game for the Tigers. We will go to the 10th, all tied to 1 run apiece. This is the 17th extra inning game for the Tigers this year. They're 8-8 through the first 16 as Blaine Hardy checks in now for Detroit.
Yeah, Blaine's started out really as a lefty specialist, getting more left-right assignments as of late. 67th game. That's a lot of games for the youngster. 2.93 ERA. Pretty good numbers down there. 52 strikeouts and 21 walks.
So it'll be Trace Thompson to start things off. Thompson, then Melky Cabrera and Avi Garcia against the Tigers lefty. 1 run on 8 hits for the Tigers. The White Sox a run on 2 hits, and the first one is in for a strike. Thompson in the ball game is 0 for 3. Ground out, pop up, fly out. And he'll look at his strike on the outer edge. 0-2. Hardy is the 6th Tigers pitcher of the night.
Tried to get a chase there on the outside corner. Not biting.
Two balls, two strikes. Here's Cabrera waiting on deck. Tigers had a combined no-hitter going until the triple by Saladino in the 9th. Chopper to short. Machado gobbles it up.
Let's take a look. Here's the 1-800. Call Sam called the game after Daniel Norris started off with 5 scoreless. Buck Farmer, Ian Crow, Drew Verhagen, and Neftali Feliz did give up the earned run, but 8 innings, no hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts combined. And now we're on to Blaine Hardy. His responsibility to get the win tonight.
There's a strike called on Melky Cabrera. Cabrera is 0 for 3. Daniel Norris certainly the star tonight for the Tigers pitching staff. He was literally unhittable through his 5 innings of work. 15 up, 15 down against Norris. He would finish with 4 strikeouts. There's a ball slapped to right field and caught on the run by J.D. Martinez. 2 gone.
It'll be interesting to hear what Daniel Norris has to say about being pulled with the no-no.
Well, obviously he knew it going in, so he knew it was going to be the case. But man, you just wonder when you get through 5, as dominant as he was. I mean, they weren't even really close.
He was really throwing the ball well. But you got to stick to your guns on that one. You got to think about the health and the long-term future for the ball club and the individual.
Garcia, 3 ground ball outs, 0 for 3.
Had another one down there for the guy in the shirt.
I was thinking about it. That was coming in hot too.
He ran on that one.
0-1 on Garcia. He went around. 0-2.
That tells you that's a pretty good breaking pitch right there. Well, not even close. But you do see an offer from Garcia.
Tigers in the bottom of the 9th will have the bottom 3 due up. 1-2 on Avisail Garcia. With his 0 for 3 tonight, he's now 2 for his last 26.
Stay chilly.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He is staying chilly. It's an over 4 night tonight for Garcia. Here comes the bottom of the 10th.
James McCann, the single up the middle, plays J.D. Martinez. And then for the White Sox in the ninth inning, Adam Eaton with the infield drawn in gets a little grounder in between the first and second baseman. That scores Saldino. 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 10th. Tigers looking to score right here.
Well, they've got the bottom three. McCann will start things off. James came up with the RBI single back in the 7th after the Tigers had put 2 men on. They got the Tigers on the board to make it 1-0.
Also had a big throw on Adam Eaton, gunned him down right on the money.
Yeah, equally big play. That was the go-ahead run. There's a strike called on McCann, 0-1. So Petrichka came on in the 8th, got him 1-2-3, a 1-2-3 9th, and now back to work here in the 10th. McCann takes low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, as much movement as Petrichka's got, you hope that he gets tired in his 3rd inning of work and the ball starts to straighten out a little bit and the Tigers get on it.
Way high, 2-1.
Speaking about that caught stealing, that's 64 stolen bases against McCann. He's caught 26. Puts him up there around 40%. Pretty good. Total player, getting better at blocking balls. Last time I liked his approach up the middle. Starts doing that with more regularity. I think you'll see the batting average go up.
Here's the 2-2, and it's a ground ball to short. Ramirez has the hop. And McCann is out, 1 away. Let's check in with Johnny Kane now with a preview of tonight's Tigers Live.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll be talking to James McCann. Obviously, he had the only RBI in this game, nearly caught the first combined no-hitter in Tigers team history. We'll also talk to Daniel Norris. He's still here watching the end of this one, seeing it through, and we'll bring you the manager's press conference, Brad Ausmus, as well. The guys holding it down in the studio, Mickey York, Craig Monroe, and Rod Allen. Hey, a walk-off win underneath a beautiful waxing gibbous moon. What could be better, guys?
Nothing could be better.
Johnny Kane's got a win tonight.
He dropped a waxing gibbous moon on you.
I heard him. I said he's got a win. Did you hear me?
I did.
We were playing the stopwatch game. You know, you put it to 0 and then you click it as fast as you could.
Right.
I was .11.
What was he?
He was .10, but we figured with my handicap, age, and all other elements that I was the winner.
Oh, okay. We'll give it to you.
So he actually won, but after you handicap it, it's really me.
It's really you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Mackinac, the Port Huron to Mackinac race, you know, the handicap.
Right. Well, you can view it that way if you'd like.
Yeah. Got to find a way to win. It's like the Tigers right here. Find a way. It's not that easy as I made it, but try anything.
2 balls and 1 strike on Dixon Machado. We're in the bottom of the 10th, 1-1. Machado has a walk, otherwise a couple of ground balls to short, and a swing and a miss, 2-2.
White Sox really like that pitch that runs down and in and off the plate against these Tiger right-handers.
Well, Petrichka has retired 7 in a row since coming on, so he's done his job. He came on with his team down by a run.
Only 1 strikeout, letting them put it in play. Most of them are on the ground.
Machado sends a ground ball left side, cut off at third by Saladino, who spins and throws him out. 2 up, 2 down, and that is 8 straight set down now by Petrichka.
Here, take a look here. Ball comes up a little bit. Nice for him. He almost tripped. But Machado can't beat it out. 2 down.
They had Zach Duke, the left-hander, warming up. It appears he'll be coming in with Anthony Ghost up.
Saladino again.
So we've got another pitching change. 1-1 is our score as we play here in the bottom of the 10th.
Pitchers, first four guys, very good. Daniel Norris, it's been a while in case you're just joining us. Had a no-no through 5, then Buck Farmer comes in, threw the ball well, coming back from an injury, struck out 2. Ian Kroll in the 7th inning follows suit through an inning, no walks, no strikeouts, and then Drew Verhagen follows him with an inning, clean inning, 1 strikeout. That's what the Tigers are looking for out of that bullpen, and unfortunately, Chicago squeaked across a run in the top of the 9th.
So here's Anthony Ghost now. He will step in and take ball 1 from Zach Duke.
So Zach Duke, you look at his numbers, he's a reinvented lefty. He finally dropped down. This is his 66th game. Used to throw high 3/4, now a little lower. Much of the same of what Tom Gorzolani is trying to do right now for the Tigers.
Well, it seemingly has worked against lefties. Left-handed batters batting just 197 against him. One ball, 1 strike on Ghost. Anthony waves and misses 1-2. Rajai Davis waiting on deck.
Anthony's seen some lefties tonight.
Thought about that one, but stayed away, and the count goes 2-2 on Ghost.
Yeah, if you watch Zach Duke when that delivery kind of leans to the first base side, keeps that arm behind his back, real low, lower than 3/4. Makes it very tough for a left-handed hitter to pick the ball up.
Low, 3-2. Put him on with his speed. Put him on.
We'll take the walk. Rajai Davis to follow. Lots of speed. Put the pressure on him.
And he walked him. That's ball 4. So Ghost gets another base on balls.
I think Soto doesn't know where the ball is. He's sitting back there in the white D. The Tiger D behind the plate.
So it's the 2-out base runner now. Winning run is on. That'll bring up Rajai Davis. How about a gapper here, Raj?
That'll work. Should score, Anthony. Duke's got that low angle we were talking about. Just tries to keep the ball down. let the ball run, usually away from the right-handed hitter.
So Robin Ventura brings him in to get the lefty. He was unable to do that. Now he's got to fix the righty, and that's Rajai Davis. Raj tonight with a single, couple of strikeouts and a flyout.
Probably going to see get some attention over there. Is Ghost. White Sox don't want to just let him go down to second, but we'll take it if he can get there.
Just off the plate outside, 1 ball to no strikes.
Jack Duke misses the location there, didn't get the call. Raji up 1-0 in the count.
One of the offseason free agent signings by the White Sox, Zach Duke. Way outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
I like it. It's starting to look good for us. For Raji right here, you want to make sure you get the ball up in the zone. You do not want to offer anything down away. It's got to be middle, which we call it keyholing. It's like where you'd put it on a tee. If I said, where do you want it? That's what you're going to be selecting for.
And he missed again, 3-0.
Give him the take here.
Wow, that's not good. 7 balls, 2 strikes in his 9 pitches.
Good for us.
Kinsler waiting on deck.
Ian leads the team with 10 game-winning RBIs.
Ooh, on the outer edge is strike called, and it's 3-1.
It's a good take. You didn't want to swing at that pitch.
And Ghost draws the throw.
Yeah, I don't think you go here. You're going to go 3-2 anyway because you have 2 outs. Going to keep it down and away. Make it be up. Be selective.
Slice to right field. That ball's heading down to the corner. It's a fair ball. To the wall it goes. Here comes Ghost. He's rounding third. He's coming home. He scores. And the Tigers walk off with a win. Rajai Davis, the hero.
Never gets old. As we talked about in the beginning of the inning, you get that speed on base, and Anthony Ghost with a leadoff, with a 2-out walk, actually. Excellent job. Stayed put over there, didn't steal. Give Raji a chance, gets ahead in the count, gets the ball right down the outer third, up a little bit, doesn't try and pull it. Ghost is off at the crack of the bat. It really scores easily. The Tigers come back and beat the White Sox tonight after they tied it in the 9th inning. And I wrote down the stat at the beginning of the game. Remember what it was?
No.
13-3. The White Sox record in extra innings game, and you looked at me with cross-eyed, but we turned it around tonight.
13-4, baby. 7th career walk-off hit for Rajai Davis. Officially, that was a triple for Rajai. And the Tigers get a victory here with a run in the bottom of the 10th inning. Anthony Ghost motoring from first to home. And right now, Johnny Kane standing by with Rajai Davis.
Rajai Davis, walk-off hit there, buddy. Triple there into the alley. Got to take us through the at-bat there. And tell me what you're feeling right now.
Well, I was just trying to get a good pitch to hit. Fortunately, it was in a spot I could handle, and the rest is history.
We've seen this a couple times from this team, this walk-off action here. You've done it, Mario said, 7 times in your career. What's the feeling like, obviously, when everybody comes to greet you? Obviously, you're motoring around third there. Clark's signaling Ghost to come on in. I mean, it's electric, right?
All I can think about, I'm the man at that time. No, it's just that was a great at-bat by Ghost. He he worked the pitcher, gave me an opportunity to get the at bat, and we were able to get a good pitch to hit.
Big win. Obviously, it was a pitcher's duel for much of tonight. Daniel Norris goes out there, gives you a great effort. You guys have a combined no-hitter going into the 9th inning. You're a couple outs away from wrapping this thing up. Mentally, do you have to shift focus then when you say, okay, we got to prepare ourselves what could be another marathon day?
Yeah, I mean, we had a great pitcher performance by Norris. He did a great job, and our relievers came in and shut the door. And unfortunately, we weren't able to close it out in the 9th, but we were able to come up with a win.
Congratulations, Raj.
Thanks.
All right, Rajai Davis for the walk-off hit here for the Tigers. They beat the White Sox tonight. Give them a hand.
All right, Johnny, thanks. Well, an exciting night for Rajai Davis and Anthony Ghost, who came around to score the game winner. Celebration time here at the ballpark. Tigers walk off with a victory against Chicago. We'll be back.